All right, welcome back. It is Dear Dynah. It's time again. Welcome back to another Monday. It's been a couple of Mondays since I did this, but we're back. Quick note before everything gets started. My computer bricked. It just bricked last week. I was planning on making a video for Thursday. I usually upload Monday, Thursdays if you guys are new here. And I couldn't do it. You know, I was thinking about like uploading something on my laptop. That just didn't work. Essentially what ended up happening, for those of you guys who care, which is maybe like two of you, basically my RAM, like one of my RAM slots or like RAM pieces, RAM devices, whatever, it was like kind of chalked. It was broken. And so it was like glitching up everything. I think that's kind of why my GPU temp is like overheating and why my computer was like stuttering and stuff like that. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. To be honest, I'm not a PC whiz, so I hadn't like basically touched my PC, internally at least for, maybe like 3 to 4 years. So it's been a while, so long overdue change, definitely needed it. Computer's running, smooth as a whistle, clean as a whistle, whatever the saying is. And so we're good. We're back. Let's get into Dear Dynah. And again, of course, if you enjoyed this video at any point, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Okay, subscribe. We are close to 4,000 subscribers. Can't thank you guys enough for that. We'll do something big at 5K. I just got to think about it. So yeah, subscribe if you're new. All right, we only got 4 questions today. But again, if you have any questions of your own, send them in the email in the description down below. And I'll try to get around to answering them for a video at some point. So first off, hello, my name is Landon. I'm starting a new YouTube channel making similar commentary videos that I see you post on the channel Dynah. I was wondering if you had any advice on how you got your channel going, because I'm having no luck getting views on my channel. Well, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can go off of here. And, why you can't get views is it's kind of like, why can't I lose weight? Like, I need to know a lot more information than what you gave me. But I will just say some overall tips about commentary channels. Make sure your audio is crispy, make sure you are editing, and make sure you're talking about topics that people care about. You could have the best video ever, like Mr. Beast level of edits and best thumbnail ever. But if your topic is like, I don't know, like why people collect toenails, or I don't know, something like very, very random that like nobody's searching for. And when people do see it, they don't care. Maybe you guys care about toenails. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pick a topic that people are going to care about. And then when they do click on it, it has to be something, especially in the first like 30 seconds, they have to be like interested. Like you have to say something like, dang, I didn't know that. Or like, wow, like that's a bold statement. I wonder how he's going to follow it up. Like you have to have a bit of a hook. You have to have something interesting, something captivating about the entire video that you're going to end up talking about. So hopefully those like generic, like little intro ways help. Let's move on to the next question. My name is Javier or Javier. I'm going to say Javier. I'm 17 years old. My life is not perfect. I have 13 credits in senior year. I did a lot of things I regret doing and tons of not doing my work or taking school life seriously. I can definitely relate to that. So I did nothing for 9th and 10th grades, same for 11th. But when I had a meeting, they talked to me about my grades and why I was not doing my work. And ever since having that meeting, I started doing my work and attending school by the end of the semester. I got like 7 credits. He has no periods, by the way, in this. So that's why it's like kind of hard to read. I just want you to understand that I have social anxiety and a condition called muscular dystrophy Becker. I also have a IEP in school for special help. I also go to school every day, and after I clean the house for an hour, then I go shower and make myself food, even for my family when I get the chance to. I really want to change and be a good son to my mom. I regret not taking my school life seriously. I take full responsibility for that, but it's also my responsibility to get my diploma, even if it means going to adult education school to get done. So I plan on doing that. I just ask if you can give advice. Okay, I'm not sure if English is your first language or you just were in a rush when you're typing this or what, but it was a little hard to read, but I mean, it's okay. Like I can get the gist of it. Basically, like you kind of regret kind of goofing off a little bit in high school. And to be honest with you guys, like I did that too. There was a huge stint where I was addicted to video games. I was playing the old school COD games. I don't even remember now, probably like Black Ops 1 through like Black Ops 2, like those 3 years. I was probably in some grade in high school back then. And I was hooked, man. I honestly can't really blame me, especially with like the state of Call of Duty these days. COD kind of sucks nowadays. But yeah, man, I was hooked and I just didn't take school seriously. It was sad. And I want to be in that position again. As much fun as like grinding video games and stuff like that is, like it's not going to outweigh the importance of school. Like I wish somebody like slapped me in the face when I was in high school and was just like, hey, like this is your future here. Good high school. equals good college, equals easier to get a job, equals easier to provide for your family. Like my parents always said that and like made sure I knew it. Like, oh, make sure you know this. You know, this is your future I'm caring about. Like I get it, but I don't know. Maybe I needed somebody that wasn't my parents to tell me that. And so if this is you, if you're in high school, if you're like still in the middle of high school, you're going to high school, maybe you're watching this like 10 years down the line and, I don't even make videos anymore. And you hear this, like, take high school seriously. Okay. Like take high school seriously. You don't have to like go balls to the wall and study for like 20 hours a day. Like you don't have to do that. You should have a bit of a life. You should do extracurriculars, do a sport, do a club, all that good stuff. Make sure to participate and meet people. High school also, not that you're going to meet people and like hang with them forever, but like you might meet like one or two, maybe even like 3 close friends that you're going to like still hang with. I think that's the important thing as well. Definitely don't be that loner guy in high school. He's just like, oh, I'm too cool for people. Like I'm gonna meet new friends in college anyway. Don't be that guy. Okay, like you're not gonna suddenly switch and be social. Start at least practice in high school. Okay, just do your part when it comes to that. But yeah, when it comes to this guy's specific question, as tough as it was to gather a question out of this, overall advice is like do what you can that makes your mom and your family's life easier. That's always going to be beneficial. Nobody is going to be mad at you for that, right? If you're making food, yes, make food for other people. If you're going to the, I don't know, like supermarket or something, like get something for your mom. Get a snack for your brother or sister. Like think about what like other people might like and just participate in that, like engage in that behavior. And that goes for everybody too. If you're leaving and you're done eating and you're eating with friends and stuff like that, like just take their bowl, just take their dish, just take their cup, ask if they want like a water refill, right? Like these little things make you like that little bit more charismatic to where people are going to be like, oh, hey, I want to eat with that guy again. Or like, I want to hang with that guy again. He took care of me a little bit. He actually noticed, he looked out for me. Like, especially in this day and age, like a lot of people don't care about each other. They're just glued to their phones looking like zombies. And, if there's like a break from that norm, I think people are going to notice very quickly and people are going to appreciate that. People are going to see that you're standing out. You're different than the rest of the people out there. So yeah, that's just my overall advice. Let's go on to the next question. All right, this one's a bit of a long one, but let's get into it. Dear Dynah, I recently found your channel. I really like your content. Thank you. After watching a bunch of your videos, I came across a Q&A email and I figured I'd ask for some advice. That's what it's there for. He says, I'm 19, never had a girlfriend, and honestly just wondering why. I feel like I'm doing everything I should be. I hit the gym, have a side job next to school, have a good social life, and I've been working on myself, quitting corn, bad habits, that kind of stuff. The only experiences I've had so far were one girl I went on a date with like 1 to 2 years ago. I was skeptical if we really clicked, but still asked for a second date to figure it out. She said she'd rather stay friends, which kind of sucked, but pushed me to focus on self-improvement. Wow. Honestly, at 19, that's very bold of you, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. Then he says, the more recently, a girl from my class I really liked. I thought she liked me too, but when I asked her out, she was already talking to someone. I dropped it, but later heard it didn't work out with that guy. She still never hit me up though. Okay, I have a lot to say about that. I'll get to that after. Now I'm stuck in this cycle. Wake up early, gym, school, maybe work, dinner, chill a bit, do homework, study, sleep, repeat. Weekends I usually meet one night with friends, but most of them have girlfriends, so that's not always an option. Wow, interesting. I just feel kind of lost and bored. Like I'm doing everything right, but it doesn't feel fulfilling or more like something's missing. Wow, dang, man. It's also hard to meet new girls since my friends don't really know any and I'm not into dating apps. Sorry for the long message. Would really appreciate if you covered this one though. If not, no worries. Keep doing your thing, man. Wow, dude. Honestly, first off, super well written and super appreciate the compliments, saying that you watch a bunch of my videos and you like me enough to ask advice. Like that goes for everybody, man. Like it's still crazy to me how like I won't post for like days and days, like sometimes a week or something like that. And I'll still get like 2 to 3 like emails. It's not just like the Monday I upload and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy, Anyway, bro, the fact that you're 19 and you're this far ahead where you have a consistent schedule of going to the gym, you have a side job during school, you have a good social life, you're even working on your like bad habits. Like at 19, dude, like I was just goofing off like crazy. But yeah, dude, respect here. Much respect. First off, I want to say the thing about the girl, like, don't like this is something I need like guys to understand. I see this so much with my friends, man. Like, oh, she said like maybe, or she said like she'll give me a chance like later. She just needs to work on herself. Like, dude, I'm gonna try to say this as nice as possible. Girls will not lie, but they will make excuses. All right. It is difficult as hell. Like, it's probably difficult for most nice guys to reject a girl, right? Imagine a nice girl having to reject a guy. Or do you think she's going to straight up say, like, nah, I'm not interested in you because you're not physically attractive or because you don't make enough money? Like, no girl is going to say that, even though that might be the truth. That's not what they're going to say. They're literally going to find any other way out, like the nicest possible way out. Like, oh, I think we're just friends, or like, oh, I just don't see you that way, or I'm talking to somebody. Like, they're going to say the nicest way out, even if it makes no sense, even if like you find out later. Dude, I know someone in real life, he asked the girl out and the girl was literally like, oh, I need to work on myself. I'm not even kidding you. Like a month later, she starts dating another dude. I'm just like, bro, like, why would you even say that to this dude? Like, just to be honest, dude, just tell him the truth. Just be like straight up, like, no, like I'm good. Or like, sorry, I'm just not interested in you that way. Just say that, you know, you could still be nice about it. But for some reason, man, like girls like make up random stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe I've just been through the ringer too much and like in my past. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I know what this is. And maybe like some younger guys don't. I guess at 19, like I can't really blame you, but if she says no, if she says anything other than like, if you ask her out, right? This is like, listen up. All right. If you're zoning out here, if you're in the car, whatever, like listen up. If you ask a girl out and she says anything other than what time or yes, it's a no. Okay. If she says maybe, it's a no. If she says we'll see, it's a no. If she says, you know, like I'd like you, but I have to do blah, 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 like it's a no. Okay. Just that's it. And it's not a no forever, but just, I would just like not address it anymore. You know, just go about your life, let her go about her life, and don't worry about it. Don't, like, if she says like, oh, I'll let you know in a month, we'll see after I talk to this dude, like just drop it. Okay. You don't want to be someone's second option, and her not saying yes immediately means that you're not her first option. Okay. And as viewers of this channel, as guys out there, I don't want you to be a second option. Okay. That kind of thing really annoys me when, I don't know, when girls treat guys like, oh, like, you know, I can just do whatever. And then he'll always be there waiting for me. Like that thing pisses me off, man. Like I hate when girls like take advantage of guys. Anyway, guys, not to go on a huge rant there. In terms of your cycle where you wake up in gym and all that stuff, it seems like you're doing really good. I think, you know, if I had to say something that's missing, it probably would be the dating aspect. That will keep you very, very busy, as someone who can speak from experience. And it's not like a bad busy, but it will take up a lot of your time. And obviously it's like very fun. It's very fun to just do life with somebody. And so when it comes to it, first off, you know, you're probably going to expect this already, but 19, dude, like don't, it's crazy to me how many people come to me. They're like, oh, I'm 20 and I never had a girlfriend. I'm 19. I've never like talked to a girl yet. Like, bro, you're not really supposed to have, you know what I mean? Like, you're 19. This is not like the 1800s where like people die at like age 40. Like you got time, bro. Like, yeah, that's like, I just really want to like hammer that home. I feel like I get like these emails like every week or every 2 weeks now where it's like some young guy, you know, probably in good shape, probably looks like clean as a tack, sharp as a tack, whatever, looks good. And they're just like, oh man, like something's wrong with me. I haven't had a girlfriend yet. And I'm like, oh, how old are you? They're like, oh, I'm 18. Like, brother, like, come on, man. I don't know, man. To me, it's really, really the same as being like, oh, I can't believe I'm not a famous YouTuber yet. I can't believe I don't have like 10,000 subs yet. And then you go to their channel and they have like 2 videos up. It's like, bro, you're not supposed to yet. You know, you have a long way to go and you have plenty of time. Like, I don't know what you're rushing for. I don't know who's telling you have to have a girlfriend at 19. Who's telling you have to be a millionaire at 24. You know, that's not how life goes, at least for the majority of people. And I'm not saying like, don't pursue that things. Like you don't have to, you know, be single until you're like a certain age, but definitely don't be pressuring yourself. That's the main thing here. I want to say. I think it is just dating, and that's probably the thing that's like missing most. Apart from like, you know, if you want to say like Christianity or religion, I would throw those in as well. But you know, if you already are, then you know, I don't know if something else could be missing. I would say dating. You know, I would say like hanging with somebody like that closely and everything like that. It's only going to be. I won't say only, but it's a large majority that is going to end up being like positive stuff going forward. And in terms of how to meet somebody, I would say mutual friends. If you want to, like, I guess it sounds bad, but if you want to like practice like talking to new people, like you could go on the apps. The other thing I would recommend is literally just coffee shops, Barnes and Noble, Target, anywhere where you're just out and about. It's like, just talk to somebody, you know, you don't have to be like, hey, like, let me get your number, girl. Like, you don't have to do that, but talk to them, you know, especially girls, like just practice talking to them, being like, oh, like, am I interesting enough in a conversation to where like this random stranger will stop and talk to me? Or are they just like immediately trying to get away from me? Like, oh, am I that creepy? Am I that socially awkward? Like that, these are like good things to know and like train your mind. So that's all I got to say about that. Hopefully this helped. Thanks for sending in that email. All right, guys, we got one last email here. These Dear Dynahs are always so long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Dear Dynah, I hope you're doing well. I'm in my early 20s and I finally started to somewhat figure out my life a bit. I'm living on my own, got into university, got a job. My music career that started as a hobby is doing well, and I even got my own event series by now. Wow, that's crazy, dude. I'm also working on myself as a person, trying to stick to routines such as going to the gym or reading more books. Awesome, dude. Now that I've got these things sorted out, I want to get back into dating, which has always been kind of hard for me. I severely lack confidence due to my looks, especially my face. And even though my looks aren't everything, I do feel like I'm falling short in comparison to most other guys. I actually feel like a lot of people probably think that. But anyway, my face has lots of birthmarks on it. My nose is weirdly shaped. I've been bullied for my look since kindergarten. I also had to switch schools a couple times. Now that I'm adult, the bullying is gone, but I still can't come to terms with my looks. Don't get me wrong, there are things I like about myself, but because of my face, they seem rather pointless. I'm afraid of being made fun of again or getting rejected because of the way I look. I've been to therapy and I saw some improvements, as it's been way worse before, to the point I was scared to go outside or crying backstage before my shows. Dang. It's probably something I won't completely get over in my life, but I wanted to ask for some advice, at least to make it easier now that there's someone I like. If you have the time, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This is actually a kind of unique question. You know, not a lot of people have like the self-awareness to, you know, kind of say this about their face. You know, a lot of guys are just macho, you know, nothing ever beats me. I'm crying. What's that? You know, a lot of people have like this persona that they need to upfront, especially for like strangers on the internet. So respect to this guy. All right. Respect to you, bro, for admitting that, you know, maybe you're not like freaking Channing Tatum. Maybe you're not the best looking guy out there. I don't know. There's a better looking guy, Ryan Reynolds, I guess. Like maybe you're not him. But I think, I'm not going to lie to you, looks play a factor. Okay. I'm just going to be straight up. Not every girl is going to find you super, super attractive because of your face. But the good news is that guys are much more superficial than girls. And unfortunately or fortunately, that is a fact. And so many girls will give a not so good looking guy a chance versus the other way around. I guess if that's any like reassurance there, looks aren't everything to girls. That's basically the long-winded way of what I'm trying to say here. I'm sorry that you were bullied. That's obviously not right. We should do like so many campaigns about bullying that actually matter. But anyway, honestly, like I don't know what to do about like it. If it's like a condition about your face, if your nose is shaped, like unless you want to go through like plastic surgery or something like that, which I don't necessarily recommend. I would just say like be as confident as you can given what you have to work with. Like it's not easy, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, get over it. I'm not trying to like diminish it. I get how difficult this could be. I'm trying to validate like being made fun of as a kid and like afraid of being rejected. Like I understand that concept. I understand, you know, how that must be if you feel like you look different enough from like the average guy. But I would just say work on the things that you can control. You know, you can control your weight. You can control your haircut, how you dress. You can control the ways you look about yourself. You can control the way you treat people. You know, you can hold the door for people. You can pay for the person behind you. Like it's little ways to like gain confidence points, charisma points that will put you in front despite whatever like physicalness is putting you back. That's my long-winded way of saying like, be confident in yourself, be confident in the body that like God gave you, be confident in your appearance. Like there's things you can do. Like a lot of people have like a quote unquote like normal life and they throw it away. They go very obese. They just play video games all day. They get acne, they get sunburnt. They ruin what they look like, you know, but a lot of people were given that gift. It doesn't seem like you were given like that gift of like maybe normalness. I don't know if I'm being like too harsh there, but I would just say, man, be confident and work with what you got. If you're not Brad Pitt, if you're not Channing Tatum, not many of us are, but work with what we can to be as not close to that. I'm not saying go for like, a male model status, but just go for what you can go for. Like you can't be taller, but you can lose weight, you can gain confidence, you can build muscle, right? Haircut, clothes, all that stuff. You can get around certain things. That's all I got to say, man. Hopefully that helps. I don't really have like the best advice when it comes to this specific question, but hopefully this helped. Hopefully this video helped. If you're still here and if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you're still here, comment the word Trident. I'm looking at some Trident gum right now, so I just thought of that. Comment the word Trident. It'll be super weird and no one will get it except for the real fans out there like you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and peace.